Welcome back to Edmund Tutorials. In this short video, we shall continue our discussion of conversion of a milli machine to Moore machine. In the last example, we have seen the conversion of a Moore machine to milli machine. So, in this video, we shall go with the conversion of milli machine to a Moore machine. So, let us take an example of a milli machine in terms of a table rather than the transition diagram. So, we will take a transition table and we can directly convert from the table to the Moore machine table. So the table for a milli machine looks like this one, where the states and the outputs are given for each sigma input, that is sigma equal to 0. When the input symbol is 0, Q0 state goes to Q1 and then the output is 0. So if you want to write the representation of this machine, it looks like the following transition diagram. So Q0 on 0 goes to Q1 and then the output is 0, as you can see here. And Q0 on 1 goes to Q0 again and the output is 0 from the given table. So that is how we draw the diagram for the transition diagram. Now we try to convert this one into a Moore machine. So generally in Moore machine, the output is with respect to a state, that is an output is assigned to any state. So each state should be having a specific output. So from the milli machine table, first of all we find the outputs for each state. So if you observe from the milli machine table, for Q0, whenever the Q0 state is in the transition table, you can observe the output is 0 here. Now there is a Q0, the output is 0 here. So we can assign an output state of 0 to Q0. In that way, the output always when there is a Q0 state in the transition table is 0. Then if you observe for Q1, initially for Q1 it is 0 in the first case, but you can see in the table later for Q1 there is an output 1 in the second case there. So Q1 state can be divided into two parts, which generates an output 0 and also the output 1. So we split the Q1 state into two parts for output 0 and output 1 as two parts, that is Q1 0 and Q1 1, where Q1 0 is generating an output 0 and Q1 1 is generating an output 1. So that is what the change in the conversion of milli to Moore machine, where the number of states can be increased based on the output that is generated. So again, observing the last state Q2 state always has an output 1 in the table, as you can see in that both cases Q2 is generating an output 1 always. So we can assign the output of 1 to Q2 state, and therefore there will be 4 states in the Moore machine, and the transition diagram contains 4 states like this, because Q0 on 0, Q1 on 0, Q1 on 1 and Q2 on 1. These are the outputs possibility. Now we go with the construction of the Moore machine table from the given milli machine table. So the table structure of Moore machine looks like. So this is the table for the Moore machine, and we have 4 states here instead of 3, that is Q0, Q1 on 0, Q1 on 1 and Q2. So we can already write the respective outputs for these states because already we generated them as follows. So Q0 is generating an output of 0 always. Q1 state generates a 0 output and also 1 output, so it is split into 2 different states, and finally Q2 is generating an output 1. Now we come with the states. So Q0 on 0, if you observe in the initial state from the table of the milli machine here, so Q0 on 0 goes to Q1, but already Q1 is split into 2 parts, so we decide so which state of Q1 it is going to. So that is, we check here the output, that is 0. So here Q1 on 0 goes to, Q0 on 0 goes to Q1 0, that is this state, because the output it should be generating is 0, right? Now Q0 on 1 goes to Q0. Since there is only one Q0 state, we can directly write Q0 here. And coming to Q1 state, Q1 on 1 goes to Q2 state. There is only one Q2, so we can write Q2 here. Now Q1 on 1 goes to Q1, but the output is Q1 1 there. So it is Q11 here. So the same things repeat for Q11 10 and Q11. So we can write the same thing here. Finally, for Q2 state, Q210 goes to Q0, so it will be Q0, and Q211 goes to Q2. So this is how we write the table for the Moore machine on the given Mealy machine. So one thing we observe here is the number of states will be increased based on the outputs that are generated in the Mealy machine. If there are more number of outputs generated in a single state, then we divide this state into different parts. So finally, coming to the transition diagram, that is how a transition diagram for the Moore machine looks like. So all the outputs are assigned within the states, unlike the Mealy machine where we write the diagram as input by output here, 0 by 0 or 1 by 1, whatever. So here there is an increase of states, so that Q0 has an output always 0, but Q1 has output 0 once and Q1 on 1 again. So you can also write it like, since we divide that state into Q11 and Q10, you can also write it as Q11 and Q10, and Q2 always has an output of 1. So if at all in the case of the table, if Q1 is also generating, or else Q0 and Q2 are also generating different outputs, again those states will be split into two different parts based on the output symbols. In some cases there will be 3 output symbols or more than 2 output symbols. Again we need to check whether how many new states will be generated from the Mealy machine to the Moore machine. So based on the number of outputs that each state is generating, the number of states will be decided in the Moore machine. So this is about converting a Mealy machine and a Moore machine and vice versa. So if you want to have any doubts, please go through the previous video where we converted a Moore machine to Mealy machine, which is easier than this one. And coming to Mealy machine to Moore machine, this is how we convert. And this is about the finite automatas with output. And in the next video we shall discuss about regular expressions and how to convert a regular expression to an NFA. Thank you all.